it'll pitch at you. So if you mute your mic, it'll say, "This phone can't hear you.
Yeah.
Turn your mic on."
Hmm.
I have my mic on, and I just got a message from Discord saying that they can't hear me. I have my mic on, and I just got a message from Discord saying that they can't hear me. I have my mic on, and I
Well,
just
we
got a
can hear
message
you.
from Discord saying that they can't. Well, that's all that's important then.
Well, we can hear you.
Well, that's all. Okay.
A one from, well, I guess Reese's out because he's at that thing.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. He's doing a plane.
A one from Jalen or Ezekiel.
Nope.
Hmm. Hope
Okay.
everything's okay.
That's okay.
Oh,
For yes, absolutely.
love it.
You've been called here for one reason or another, and an old friend is asking for assistance. Now, Maram and Farnland, you both have leveled up, and now you're getting some more serious offers for missions. Plus, you're both Knights of Ulick now. So this fellow individual is a Knight of Ulick, and you do not know where the rest of your group is, except Farron and Ashrin, the NPC. Ashrin, the priest of Solnor, is here.
All right. Let's get this thing started. Sorry. I was checking through some stuff, giving folks a little bit of time. Hey, brother.
Hey.
Welcome to the Ready Monday.
Yep.
I can use a full distribution.
And so it begins. Hey, who's that for? Is that for the DM? Thanks, man. Appreciate it, Paul. Damn, he gave it to Lando instead. I need to watch chat more often. Crudola. But that's okay. I don't really like Paul anyway. I don't know what the heck, man. It's all right. No big deal. But I appreciate it. Appreciate you showing love, showering love upon the players. They're definitely going to need it. So I'd like to welcome everybody. For those that are new here, welcome. If you're old hands here, welcome back. as you saw, Paul already is getting into the thick of things, dropping nat 1s, nat 20s. Make sure you get them in early and often to the party so that they have the entire stream with which to do them. So, and he's already dropping hundreds too. Look at this, man. Why, thank you, sir. By humble DM, I now have a +1, so that gives me a +2. So let's quick get through all this stuff before my ADD kicks in. Paul's dropping all kinds of stuff on us, and it's hard to keep track. But anyway, if you're new here, of course, as you're watching the stream, don't forget, as you watch, you earn tokens. You can trade those tokens in for nat 1s and nat 20s. Free for you, free for us. Definitely helps the party. But they're only good for the stream that they are given in, so that's why we always encourage you to get them in early. There are exceptions upon occasion. I'll allow one to carry over. It all really depends on when we got it, if the player ever had a chance to use it, etc., etc. But Lando, I believe that was a nat 1 or nat 20 for you. So Varys now has a nat 20. Quick before we get started, also, we are down a couple players. Normally I say if we're down down 2 or more, we won't play, but I don't think we're going to be down 2. Not sure where Monkey's at. He never said anything, although he does school stuff, so he could be doing the robotics thing on Monday, but he hasn't. I don't recall him saying anything. The only one that I know was going to be out is Reese, and Pelosi, I should say, our druid, man, Ronnie. God, brain cramp. That's what we get for not playing every week. Anyway, Ronnie said he was going to be late because he does have stuff that he's doing today. I'm not sure if it's scouts or it's the VA stuff, or I'm not sure exactly what it is, but he said he'll be here. Yep, he said he will be here, give or take, around 8-ish, and I do believe he is on Eastern time, so hopefully he's on his way in the next 20, 30 minutes or so. If not, he'll be here at least, 9 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock Central, whatever. So he won't be like too terribly late, so he'll at least be able to get in here. So anyway, I don't see us having a bunch of players out, so knock on wood, we'll be able to game fully without me trying to play 16 different parts for this ensemble cast. So also, as you saw, Paul, for every 100 bits that you cheer, you can grant a +1 to the player of your choice. That allows a player to bump or lower a dice roll by that many points. And those do carry over from stream to stream, because if you're going to spend your hard-earned coin to help support the stream, then I am, of course, going to allow the players to keep that forever and ever. Currently, I, as the DM, I have a +5 and a +2 available. Deglin, you have a pair of +1s and a +3. Baron, you have a pair of +5s. Reese has a +1. Ronnie has a +1. Varys, you have a pair of +2s. And Zadkiel has a +5 and a +3 that he has available. Now, they can use those anytime during the game to adjust the dice roll up or down. And so, like I said, those will get carried over from stream to stream. Don't forget to check out our different social channels. If you're watching this on a video on demand, if you want to see some of our old ones, I do, as soon as the stream's over, I usually go through and push everything over to YouTube, because they carry it forever. Twitch only holds these for a couple weeks because we're not important. So yeah, so I encourage you guys to go check those out, see some of our other adventures that they have been on, see what we're about, etc. What else? Lord Kazumba is actually streaming right now. I encourage you to double dip, go check him out. He's gaming. Not sure. He doesn't usually do games on Monday, but apparently whatever he normally does on Monday or whatever wasn't going, so he has a stream going with some guests. I know that Darling's over there, Little Bones is over there, a couple other folks I don't recognize. But Lord Kazuma is the patriarch of the Greyhawks creative channel. So if you're the team channel, I should say. So you can go check out a bunch of great Greyhawk content over there. It's twitch.tv/team/Greyhawk Creatives. Go check them out. We're on there. He's on there. Everybody's on. Anybody's on there. So go check it out if you like to do, if you like Greyhawk content, which hopefully we're going to start seeing some more of. And of course, if you can't remember everything I just said, so much easier if you go !socials, and that'll show you all the kind of cool places where you can catch up with us, whether it's on the over here on Discord, YouTube. Our merch channel. I did have a merch channel up for a while. It's technically still there, but apparently Twitch killed whatever they were using for their merch stuff before, and I never even saw email on it. And all of a sudden one day I get an alert saying, hey, your merch channel's gone, so you need to make sure you migrate everything over. And by the time I got there, it was too late to migrate. So now I got to completely build the store again. So that'll be coming. But I think you can still hit the same link, and now it'll take you to the new merch stuff. I just don't have everything set up. But go check it out. And that's us. This group is our Monday night game, obviously, our first edition Dungeons & Dragons set in the world of Greyhawk. You can also catch us on Friday, same channel, same time, just a different group and a different edition. That's a 5th edition game. So I encourage you to come check us out. And we do stream that one every other Friday, but this is our stream week, if you will, so come check us out on Friday. Our party recently returned from White Plume Mountain, where they had to go recover 3 rather powerful items, and they were handsomely paid for their efforts when they got back. They got back relatively unscathed, with the exception of our friend Baron, who took a hit to the face a couple of times by a vampire. Technically he got hit once, but might as well got hit twice because.
Or 12 times for that matter.
Yeah, yeah. So, but Baron did get hit.
Guys, and I get nailed.
Yep. So he got hit, lost a couple levels. The party came in trying to figure out if it is possible to restore him. And they found out that technically it was possible, that there might be some folks in town that are powerful enough to be able to cast it, but it's like 100,000 gold per level that they want to bring him back up. So it's super rather expensive. So as of right now, we're not sure what we're going to be doing, but we're just going to kind of roll with it. The party was in town for just a few days of relaxation, kind of getting their wits gathered together, when they were called back to the Temple of St. Cuthbert, where they met with the High Priestess Aratai. And so I know that it was rather lengthy when I read through the whole spiel that High Priestess Aratai, as well as this other fellow, spoke to the party about. But I think since we've been gone for a week, and I know that some of our players weren't there, including Lando, I want to go ahead and reread back through it. I'll try to summarize a little bit, but essentially it's kind of hard to summarize. As our party spoke to someone who was rather important in the world. So that's where we are going to begin tonight's session, as sort of a recapping of the end of the previous session. So bear with me. If I start to cough, sorry, it's Lando's fault. He's passing it on to me. So, the months after the Great Greyhawk War were not easy on the land of Furyandi. The wealth of the land was spent in constructing the Great Northern Flare Line across the boundary between Furyandi and the land of Ayuz. King Belvor IV and his nobles tirelessly oversaw the rebuilding of their capital city of Chendal and the strengthening of the defenses for the day when war may come again, as so many feared that it must. The cruelties of Ayuz's dread empire to the north are too unspeakable to contemplate. Some of you may have seen them for yourselves during the war years. Some of you have given brave service to the cause of opposing the Lord of Pain, and a courier has now again delivered a message that you may be called again to serve the church once again. You gather at the temple of St. Cuthbert, seated around the large meeting table you have become so familiar with in these past months. With you, of course, is the high priestess Aratai and her advisors, as well as a pair of holy knights bound in service to the church. What is new, however, is that at the end of the table now is a large mirror. And while it looks normal enough, the reflection of the reflection in the mirror is not of this room upon which you sit, but of another larger room looking more like an audience chamber. There is another table with another group of men seated around it. High Priestess Aratai then stands and introduces you all to none other than King Belvor IV, ruler of Furiande. He rises from his seat and bids you all welcome and sort of waves his hand around, indicating a welcome to all who are gathered around in attendance. He then introduces several advisors seated around him. Some of them might be known to some folks because of their import and the stories and whatnot that came out of the Greyhawk Wars. But these are truly great and good among Furiande's best. Baron Kallenstren rules the beleaguered northwestern barony of the kingdom, and like his fellow Baron of Littleburg, who is now the Grand Marshal of the armies, is a tall, powerful, dominant presence. Another one introduced as Baron Heldenster, the High Priest of Heronius, was a pillar of fortitude when Ayuz's troops were laying siege to the capital of Chendal, the capital city Chendal. The priests are among the kingdom's foremost defenders, but there are also the master elementalists, the high priest or the archmage of the renowned Chamber of Four. And Baron, you recognize him immediately just from his looks as one of the more renowned and powerful mages in the eastern half of the land.
I ever seen him at the mage?
You've never met him personally, no. You just recognize just from the description that was given, and there have been obviously pictures and portraits of him that have been seen. He's also, as soon as he is introduced by the king, you recognize the name as well as a lot of the writings and stuff that he has contributed to the mage.
Baron is humbled again.
So again, and these guys are all in the mirror. So this is obviously some sort of a mirror that's transmitting their, like a TV transmitting it to you guys. The king stands and he says, "My friends, we are resolved upon a great enterprise, and we have summoned you to ask you to volunteer for a mission of great glory and daring. During the war years, the king of pain, Ayuz, took many prisoners. Countless thousands have vanished into his dreadful prisons in his city of Doraka, the Gibbering Gate, and the fortress of the Urazan Orcs in the Howling Hills. Magical barriers to the divination prevent us from seeing where those beloved to us lost during the wars have truly been concealed." You can see that all of those gathered around the king are sort of nodding in agreement with what the king is saying. However, as good fortune would have it, we have lately had information which comes from a very reliable source concerning the whereabouts of one prisoner in particular. This man is Earl Holmer of Walworth, the Knight Commander of the Shieldlands, beloved cousin of our gracious Lady Katerina, my wife. Sort of pauses for a bit. She rules in his absence, but I am sure that you can agree that she would welcome his return. We have unimpeachable evidence that he is incarcerated in the dungeons and jails below the streets of Daraka, the city of skulls, Ayu's dread capital itself. Fortunately, Holmer is not in the dungeons below the palace, for if that were so, this meeting would be a moot point, for rescue would be nearly impossible. But matters are otherwise. And you all can kind of see it on his face, and you all can kind of just feel it in your bones, just from how you guys have been talked to by the church and asking you to sort of, hey, could you do this thing for us, this little thing for us? You can see this little thing coming from a mile away. Such knowledge alone would not be sufficient for us to plan any attempt to rescue the Lord Holmer. However, into our possession has fallen a plan of Daraka's festering and wretched prison wherein Holmer lies, and this plan includes a way of reaching those jails through the sewers beneath the city. So it now becomes possible for a small group to infiltrate these prisons and rescue Holmer, given sufficient bravery, intelligence, and of course magical assistance. It goes without saying that your bravery and intelligence have given you a reputation which precedes you, and we will be able to supply certain amount of magical aid to bolster your chances in this rescue mission. Almost on cue, High Priestess Eratai bends down and reaches and grabs a bag from beneath the table and sets it up onto the table in front of you guys and sort of dumps it out. And dumping out of it, you can see not just a few things, scrolls, potions, tumbling out by the dozens, along with a staff and what appears to be packs of magical dust and other such goodies as well. Sort of leaning in to get a little bit of interest. We believe that a successful rescue of Earl Holmer would be a great blow against Ayus. It would give great cheer to the forces of good. It would inspire the brave men and women of the Shieldlands who have been so cruelly driven from their homes. They are greatly valued by us as defenders of our own land, and we would see them rewarded by the rescue of their beloved leader. Common decency dictates that a worthy and good man should be snatched from the jaws of Ayus. It may well be that the doughty Earl will have been sorely tried by the torment of Ayus, but he must be rescued. Of course, such a mission would place you in great peril. It would not be unworthy of you to crave some reward for your great struggle, should you be successful. Even though our kingdom is hard pressed, we would be able to reward you with 5,000 gold wheat sheafs, which, by the way, a wheat sheaf is the common term for a gold coin in Friandi. 5,000 gold wheat sheafs per member of your group, in addition to being able to keep all of the scrolls and potions that you may have remaining should the time you return, as well as anything you might have picked up along the way, of course, are yours to be claimed as reward for yourselves. In addition, we would be sufficiently moved by the Holmer's safe return to grant you official titles of Knight Protectors of Friandi with all the privileges that brings. You have a few minutes to kind of ponder when the Archmage Kraslin sort of stands up. He's there are some obvious magical methods of attempting to locate and free the Lord Holmer. Of course, divinations are unsuccessful in precisely locating him. We have tried. Teleportation and planar travel would be obvious methods of entering Doraka without the tedious and dangerous alternative of attempting a cross-country travel. Unfortunately, as we have discovered, it appears that the structure of the planar nexus is close to Daraka is very unpredictable and deadly. We know that Ayuz himself has a gate to the abyss within the city, most likely somewhere within his castle. And the operation of that gate distorts planar structures within 30 miles of the entire region. Thus, in order to reach Daraka, we suggest that you plane shift to a location some 20 miles or so distant, and then reach the city under cover of darkness by overland travel. That will mean some forced marching, of course. In order to accomplish this, we have provided such plane shift scrolls and potions of vitality to the items with which you are being equipped for your mission. When returning from Daraka, you will need to make some distance from the city before risking a plane shift spell for escape purposes. Once you are a safe distance away, you are able to flee in any direction that you wish. So the king sort of summarizes for you as he looks. Your quest, then, my friends, is to free the Earl Homer of Walworth, Knight Commander of the Shield Lands. A knighthood and a generous sum are yours if you succeed, and of course, if you fail, I have no doubt your fate will either be death, if you are fortunate, or an eternity of incarceration in Ayuz's jails if you are not. We hope that you will see fit to do your duty, but of course it is understandable if you do not wish to put that much on the line. What sayings? And then he sort of sits down, giving you guys time to ponder.
I have a couple of questions
Mhm.
out of you.
Mhm.
Have we not? We've already fulfilled any oaths and duties we owed to the church.
That is correct.
Have
You have.
we?
You have.
So we don't owe them a goddamn thing.
That is correct.
Yeah.
But
Um,
apparently the king of Friandi has heard of your exploits.
yeah,
And
that's
so
not enough
uh,
to hear what I use. So
it's
for
not
me,
enough.
not for Harris.
Okay.
But I mean, I have to look at the. He's not letting us keep all the permanent items. You only mentioned scrolls.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
potions.
we haven't gone through yet what all. Well, I think we did, but did you guys take notes last time, Deglin?
I've got it written.
Yep.
Yeah, I got it written down.
Yep. So go
Yeah,
ahead if you want to read it off, and just go ahead and read through it, and then we can determine.
Yeah. Don't we already have
right.
land thanks to the Shield Lands and the Dwarven Kingdom or whatever?
Wait, what's that?
No, it's not the Shield
Yes.
Lands. Yeah, we have land.
No, yeah, that was over in Geoff. That was over
Yeah.
out west. Yeah, you guys have land out there as well.
Okay.
So just to name off the item. Do you want me to name off the items he gave each individual, or just the group items?
Just go through the whole list.
Okay, so
Yeah.
each individual got 2 potions of healing, 2 potions of extra healing, 1 potion of vitality, 1 potion of flying, and 1 potion of invisibility.
Yep.
And then we got in the group setting, 3 applications of dust of disappearance, a rope of entanglement, a ring of free action, a ring of blinking, a ring of protection +2, a cleric or / magical user 3 scrolls of dispel magic cast at 12th level, and then a mage 5 scrolls of plane shift. And then the rest are broken down basically by class. The paladin has a potion of super heroism, a potion of fire giant strength, and a potion of hill giant strength. The priests have another staff curing, which we have like 2 in the bag already. A ring of spell storing, 3 spells of cloak of bravery, flame strike, and heal. the wizard had 20 spell levels in scrolls that he was supposed to memorize or do something with.
Yep.
And then offered an option of a +2 dagger or boots of striding and springing.
Yep. That was, I think that was what for any rogues that were in the group had their choice of
Right.
boots of striding and sprinting or the dagger.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't really need any of those except, I mean, the potions will be useful.
Yep.
And scroll of flying or whatever. But
Yep.
I already have boots of speed. I already have plenty of daggers and
Mm-hmm.
magic swords. So I just, okay. Well, it's good to know.
Plus, there was, we still have.
What's
What?
that?
Is this written anywhere down in our journals? That the gear that we have?
I've got it on a piece of paper, and it's most of it is in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go to the game site and you open up the journal.
Mm-hmm.
Bag of holding. Journal? Yeah, game info, bag of holding.
Yeah, I didn't write down the individual pieces because there was discussion on who was going to get what. So
Yeah.
Yep. So
Can,
anyway,
can all my leather and stuff get replaced? They got burned away in White Plume.
which leather? Sorry, I don't remember.
Like the weapon sheets and things.
Yes, yeah. No, because we really didn't do much at the end of the game, right? It's sort of when everybody got back, they kind of did a little bit of downtime. But yeah, you can assume that anything that got destroyed in White Plume, at least normal stuff, your
Yeah.
sheaths
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Yeah, that's definitely, you can assume that's all been taken
Yeah.
care of.
Well, yeah, that'll make my sword more useful.
Yeah, exactly. So
we do have a list of stuff from the White Plume Mountain that we have not had identified yet.
right. So we can do that. Let me go grab White Plume Mountain again. Let's see. Here we go. And there we go. All right, so let's go through the items and tell me what they are. And I think you said where you got them too. That'll make it easier.
Yeah, I put them. I put them by room or beast we went up against.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and go through.
Right quick.
Get all this sort of mundane stuff out of the way so you guys can decide what we're doing or what we want to do.
Okay, so there was a magical ring in a box from the crab encounter.
Let me go find. That was Wave's Guardian. All right, so it was a ring in a what?
In a box.
All right, so in there you discover that it was a ring of 60-foot infravision. Whoever wears that ring gets infravision 60 feet.
That would be good for one of us humans.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then also in the crab encounter, there was a large agate that was radiated magic.
Yep, it's actually a luck stone.
Oh, another luck stone. Okay. Also at the crab was a white bone with blue tip wand.
Yep. As you discover, it is a wand of frost.
Wand of, ooh.
And it has
handy for the mage.
And it has 17 charges on it.
17 charges. All right, and then on Sir Bluto, He had a shield, a set of plate mail armor, and I think also a longsword that all radiated magic.
All right.
Oh, and his boots radiated magic.
Yep. So that's interesting. Everything that you find, it's +2 plate mail,
Okay.
a +1 shield,
One shield. Okay.
a +2 sword.
+2 longsword. Okay.
Yep. And boots of striding and springing. That's
Boots
funny.
of striding. And oh, another pair. Okay.
Yep, that's funny.
All right. And then there was with the ogre mage, there was a ring that had a heraldic shield embossed on it.
Hmm.
There was another. Do you want to go over them all or just do them individually?
Yeah, hang on. We need to go. Let me. I have to find what room he was in.
I think he was with
He had
Was
Black
he with
Razor.
Black
Yeah.
Razor, yeah.
Yep. All right. So. All right. What? Say that one more time. What it was?
It was a magical ring with an heraldic shield embossed on it.
That is a ring of mirror images.
Ring of mirror images.
It
Okay.
has 5 charges.
5 charges. All right. And then there was another ring
Yep.
that was gold with 4 diamonds.
Yeah. Oh, I take it back. That's the ring of mirror image. The other one is a ring of protection +3.
Oh, +3. Okay.
Yep. And then the one with the diamonds is the ring of mirror images. It's got 5 charges.
Okay. All right. And then we had a potion of healing. That we already knew that one. And then there was another set of magical plate mail.
Yep.
Is called Fine.
Yep. Very fine plate mail. That is a plate +2 as well.
Oh. Plate +2. +2. All right. And then I think there was a scroll, some spell scrolls that we got during the vampire encounter.
Okay. Do. Wave. Well. All right. So read it off again. What were
It just says scrolls. It didn't
Oh
say
yeah.
how many.
Yep. So there was three spells on it. There's a scroll with 3 spells. It has Magic Mouth, Dispel Magic, and Monster Summoning 3 on it.
Magic Mouth, Monster Summoning 3.
Yep.
And what was the other one? Oh, Dispel. Dispel.
Yeah, Dispel Magic.
And those are all mage spells, correct?
Yes.
Do we know what level they're cast at, or does it matter?
No, whatever. Usually spell scrolls I say are like cast as a 9th level caster, but I don't think those really matter. It's just because I don't think they do anything different at different levels, do they?
Dispel Magic does, because it's contested.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, so you're right. So it's a 9th cast at 9th level.
Okay, I wrote that down. All right, I think that takes care of that. There was some stuff that we did find that was already identified, so that's I haven't put it into the to the bag of holding yet because we didn't know if somebody wanted it or not.
Right. All right. So probably I don't know, we can do it like off game time or something like that, but I think we might want to do something like sell some of that stuff off and just take the coin for it. So whatever you guys want to sell, whatever the default value is in the player or in the DMG, that we'll do that, and then we'll just total up the coins for that, and then figure out what we do after that.
Okay.
Do they
So
have any? Do they have any information of what what might be in the prisons underneath the city?
so if they actually, it is such a good question that you asked that, because they do have intel. What the heck? Hang on, give me a sec. Something.
And also, how many prisoners do they think they have down there?
Well, not sure about the prisoners, but well, this is interesting. Somehow, I don't know how I did it, but I got to get back into Forge. I didn't. I shut down my instance of Forge. I didn't shut down the streams version, so somehow I shut down the browser. So, anyway, so if you go, and I will display this in the journal, you can see there is City of Skulls under the journal, and in there is a map that they show how you get through the sewers, the path that you take through the sewers, and there's a little X on the map that shows you where you will be able to enter into the jails. And then on the back of it, there's a note. And the note says, my researches suggest there are 3 levels within the jails. The upper level contains only riffraff and scum and is administered by a priest and a great misshapen giant. The jailers are but stupid orcs and brutish ogres. Bailiffs from the court of the citadel bring wretches here for imprisonment or immediate dispatch. Only the lower levels are prisoners of war to be found. There, fiends are prominent amongst the guards and jailers. I have heard whispers that a Cambion fiend by the name of Zenshur, likely not his abyssal true name, of course, is second in command, and that he is careful, wily, and cunning, and actually not entirely a trustworthy servant to eye use. There are many whispers of the overall ruler of the jails. Some say that he is a great Marilith, others a Balor. But I discount the latter. Such are too mighty to deign to rule in such a place. It is with sadness to state that I do not know exactly where H will be found, save that he surely will not be in the uppermost levels of the prison, though a record saying where he is might be found in the logbooks that are kept there. So, essentially, no, not sure how many prisoners. 2, the upper levels of the jails are probably the lesser of the jailers and the bailiffs. But when you get down to the lower levels, the more valuable prisoners are kept down there, which is probably where the prince is being held, and in the lower dungeons of that jail.
And that show's gonna bring everything to him.
Yeah. So
Beacon of light in a world of darkness.
exactly, what could
And
go
I want to
wrong?
be, I'm gonna be running around praying they don't sense me, but the other players probably will. Yeah, that's not gonna be. Oh, that's
although although
that's a
they
good
they
fight.
they
You
are
know,
able to provide some magic protections, such as spells that sort of dim the light, if you will. Things like Nystel's magic aura. Things like items of disguise, like a hat of disguise, or something like that, in spells to help disguise who you
or
are.
have disguise.
Yeah.
I need protection from outer planar
Well,
stuff. Yes, you
protection from
know,
evil does yeah, absolutely. Protection from evil
like
does.
like permanent.
Well, I mean, the paladin has that.
Uh, yeah,
But
yeah, stay near him. But yeah,
yep. So yeah,
Okay,
so they are able to
you're
provide.
not looking at we're not looking at anything that resembles masses of undead.
No, just masses of demons and stuff.
Yeah.
which
Well,
is
yeah.
worse.
Which is much worse.
I don't know about masses of but
Well, I
yeah, so
mean,
definitely
yeah,
some fiends are going to be there. You can imagine there's going to be some
yeah.
other planar fiends or whatever.
Some minor and some major, probably.
Yeah, hope not
Sure.
major, but yeah.
That
Well,
need
yeah.
to be able to defend against fiends.
So,
Yep. So that being said, there are spells that they can provide you guys with for like disguise, invisibility, stuff like that, right? So the big thing is you're right. The paladin and really even Reese and Deglin would probably attract them as well, just
Oh, yeah.
because of their affinity for their gods, right? So Saint Cuthbert, obviously, and whatnot. So
I'm gonna want some more poison, even
yeah,
though I ain't
yeah,
gonna face demons.
Yeah, there
yeah,
seems to
But
be some poison in
it
that bag
will.
of holding as well.
yeah. As far as spells go, as I said, you can choose whatever spells you want for your scrolls, Baron. It's just 20 levels of spells, right? So
Level
up to whatever you can cast, yes. So if you
Level
want to do
4.
5 fourth level scrolls or you want to do 21st level scrolls, totally up to you. However you want to handle it, those scrolls are for you. But they are going to increase because there's how many potions of invisibility were there, Deglin, on that list? Do you remember? Do you see it offhand?
Each one of us got one.
All right. So they are going to give you an additional potion of invisibility, say like one for getting in and one for getting out or something along those lines or whatever. So we will make sure that everybody has at least two. Additionally, they'll give an additional scroll for auras for hiding like the paladin's aura. So, which I think Nystel's magic aura, correct me if I'm not wrong, that allows you to make yourself appear to be something that you're not. Like it'll shut down or it'll hide the paladin's aura.
Well, the two clerics and the paladin definitely. I think Varys could probably get away as he is.
Well, I don't know that maybe he could. I'm pretty sure that elves and stuff aren't really welcome.
Not
he can-
used, no. But I do have ways to disguise myself. Plus,
I thought you had a mask or something.
yeah, I have a bracelet, some disguise.
That's right.
Plus I'm a thief,
Yeah.
so I can probably put on some makeup. I've done it before.
Yep. Agreed. And so
Okay, go ahead.
I was just going to say the priests, while I don't necessarily think they need the protections that a paladin does, because the paladin gives off an aura. You guys don't necessarily give off an aura, but rather you would probably have to change your look, like holy symbols hidden. The clothing that you wear would have to be not overtly Jaskar or overtly St. Cuthbert, stuff like that, right?
That's,
So
Right.
That's very doable.
Yeah, you're gonna have to
Reed
hide
magic,
all your
this is
heraldry.
important to me. How is
Yep.
read magic going to affect these scrolls that I have? I'm going to be getting.
well, read magic doesn't, right? Read magic just allows you to read a scroll without like casting it and stuff, and to let you know what it is. But you already know what they are, so you won't need read magic or anything.
So I don't need to have a lot of read magic spells because
That is correct, because you already know what they all are.
I will be able to cast spells
Right
Okay,
right off the scroll. And if you don't have it, if you want to go spend the money to get the ink to scribe it into your book, it'll have to be all the same rules that apply as for cost and length of time for scribing to get into your spell book. But If it's a spell you don't have and you want to cast or scribe it into your book, we can do that as well. If
Okay,
you have the money.
All right. Now, being that I'm going to have teeth ripped out of my head tomorrow, well, it's what it is.
Yeah.
Surprise. Um, okay. I'm going to need to get with you, Dungeon Master, so I can get the rest of Baron's spell book and onto my character sheet so I know exactly what I have because I'm only operating with the limited amount of spells that
Okay.
he gave me when I started.
Where did your token go?
I don't know. I'm just looking at the map here.
Yeah, I only see Ronnie, me,
Oh, something moved.
Zadkill,
No, I moved Ronnie.
Grace, and
You-
Varys.
He was down there. Let me see if I can find him here just by.
I'm
Oh, he's like way down here somehow. There he is. Moved him back.
okay. Oh, there I am. Oh,
Yep.
tan and beautiful.
Moved you back.
Okay, good because I know that I know more spells than the ones that I have on the character sheet. I just haven't been able. I don't.
All right, so let's do
need to know
this.
those so I can figure out what's going on.
So all of the I've got they're all in alphabetical order on your sheet. So I see darkness, enlarge, fear, fire shield, fireball, haste, interposing hand, invisibility, jump, lightning bolt, magic jar, magic missile, mending, monster summoning 2, pass wall, read magic, remove curse, rope trick, scare, shatter, shield, sleep, slow, strength, suggestion, telekinesis, teleport, wall of ice, water breathing, and web.
All right, let's see. Okay. Now, okay. All right, let's see.
We can get them
Okay,
done right now.
I'm going down to my spell book,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
Which I'm attempting to open,
Okay.
and it's not happening. Oh, there it is. Good. I see how it goes. Okay, let's see. All right. Well, this appears to have been done already. Thank you.
Yeah, so I said I
Uh,
put I redid your character sheet and got all your spells re-added. So, but I'm not sure that if there's a spell missing, you just need to let me know.
okay. Well, I've been operating off of the minimal list that's
Yep.
been
If you go
on
to
there.
go to gear on your sheet, the little
I'm on gear right now. I'm just
yep. And if you
I'm
go to
going
your
through this too.
yep, go to your spell book at the bottom down there, and you click it open. And like I said, it's got all your spells in there. If there's a spell missing, tell me, and I'll drop it right in your spell book, and then it'll immediately show up whenever you're
Do you
doing
have
your
anything that will kill gods immediately?
wish, but that's about it. I
Okay,
don't think
fine.
you
Well,
can
I think
cast.
I'll pass on that one.
Yeah.
I
Okay, good.
I
And I can see the stuff that's in my backpack too.
Yep.
Okay, good. You're cooking with butane here.
Trying.
And Jalen,
Yep.
that list of items, you
yes.
said there was some
Potion of extra
potions
healing I
everybody
have.
got. Are they
Potion
on
of
the
dash
Vega
four.
holding list? Or are they
Most of them are, but not all of them.
okay? Because I was going to add mine to my sheet, so like
Indication.
just increase what I had. So
Oh,
What?
okay.
maybe get around to it. Just
Yeah, I'll just send you a PM. How about that?
yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, I have on my gear. I have a ring of spell storing,
Yep.
but I'm not sure what spells are in that, or do I put them in by myself?
I don't know if you can do that into the ring. Let me take a
Because
look.
I think that there are like three spells in there that
Yep.
are in the spell storing.
Yep. And actually, I gave that
I'll have to
to. I don't know that they show. what spells are. Well, it might. Let me see.
It's not going to do me much good if I don't know what's in there.
Yeah.
But that's just Barrett being grumpy.
What spells were in that ring of spell storing?
Cloak of Bravery, Flame Strike, and Heal. I think they're all cleric spells.
Yeah, that was. But
I think he got another ring of.
That's
Oh.
something.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless I have another thing, another ring of spell storing.
No, the ring of spell storing. The ring of spell storing. He's right. The ring of spell storing that came off of from White Plume Mountain. Those had cleric spells on it, but I think a ring of spell storing doesn't matter because you just cast it off the ring. You're not casting it off like divine power or anything like that. So anybody should be able to use the ring of spell storing. Let me look.
In that case, there are certain paladins or clerics that need to use the ring of spell storing.
Let's see. I'm looking at this.
It'd probably be more useful for them.
Yeah, anybody can use a ring of spell storing, and so whatever spells are on it. So I am going to say, since I don't remember, I'm going to let you choose any spells off of your spell list, Baron, that you want are in that ring of spell storing.
Okay, and that will show up on my gear?
No, it won't. You'll just have to remember what spells you've got on your ring. Okay.
Got to do this the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just go ahead and pick on the old guy.
I do what I can.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yep. So because they don't give an option to. I was hoping they gave a. If I go into the editing of it, a lot of times. Oh wait, hang on. Let me see. Attributes, effects.
In theory,
actions.
In theory, there should be a list of what's in the ring of spell storing.
Well, yeah. So tell me what spells you want, and I can put them on your sheet. So I'm getting ready to drop them on there. So tell me what spells you want on your ring of spell storing. Anyone that you've already got.
Fireball, and fireball.
Underground, and underground. Have you noticed that Baron does not usually carry a fireball spell?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that he does it is because we're always seem to be in close quarters.
Yepper. All right, so any one of your spells, you tell me. I'm going to see if I can drop it.
I'm going to go ahead and study my spell sheet here and my list.
Okay.
And then I'll figure out what's going on.
Okay.
And I'll let you know.
All right, that's fine.
Or through Discord later on.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to see if I can drop one on there to see how it would work. All right. So.
Okay, yeah. This is one that one. Mirror image. Do I have mirror image?
You do not.
Bloody hell.
Well, let me see if I can drop it on there. Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me.
I wonder if I can.
Spells per level. How many spells am I allowed to learn with the intelligence that I have?
All right, so it let me drop it on your ring of spell storing mirror image. So yeah, if you pick what spell you want, then I can drop it right on there, and that'll let me. That's kind of cool. I can put the 3 spells on there. If you ever once you decide, I mean, I was just testing to make sure. All right, so the question is coming down to, hey, Ron Dog, he's arrived.
I get over.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Just getting in right now.
Roger that. So we have not done much other than sort of some housekeeping stuff as far as going back over where we were, what's going on, etc. going over the items that were divvied up amongst people, and we're still trying to decide whether we're even going to attempt to take this particular mission or not. I know that Varys has his thoughts on it. Not really keen on going up to the land of Ayuz, and in particular to Ayuz's capital city. But like I said, that is going to be that is a party thing, and I have never said, I provide you guys the options. I have never said that you guys have to do what is put before you. There's always the opportunity to say no. But that being said,
Again, more bookkeeping.
Yep.
Because this is the perfect time to do it.
yep, I
Okay,
agree.
I'm looking at my character sheet. It says maximum spells.
Okay.
I'm assuming that's maximum spells per level.
Yeah. It should say like yours says 16 or something like that, or I'm not
My
sure.
intelligence is 16. It says I'm allowed to. It says maximum spells. I'm assuming that's maximum spells learned per level.
That is correct.
Okay, so I should have. Okay, I should have 44 of them now.
No, that doesn't mean that. That means that that's how many spells you could potentially have. If you only have one fourth level spell, that's fine. But you're able to learn up to 44. So that doesn't necessarily
Right.
mean
So
that's
I can learn. I mean, I can. Okay, technically speaking, I have a choice between. I have 11 fourth level spells that I can use, but I only can cast a small amount of them at one time.
correct.
Okay, I just want to be sure that I've got a full quotient for first, second, and level, and third and fourth level spells, so I have the choices.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is you don't you right now in your spell book, I don't know
Going
what
back to my gear.
yeah, I don't know what the actual number is, because these spells aren't set by level, they're alphabetized. But just because you could have 11 first level spells doesn't necessarily mean that you do have 11 first
Oh,
level spells.
this I understand.
Okay.
I understand the amount of spells that I have
Okay.
per level. It's just that for my let me go to my spells now. Okay, good. I am allowed to cast at the current um damaged level that I'm at. I am allowed to cast two fourth level spells.
Correct.
Okay. Now, I have 11 to choose from?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what spells are fourth level. Again,
Okay, yeah,
what
that's
it's what's in your spell book right now. I'm not You don't get any more spells given to you. You have found these spells over time and you've added them to your spell book.
okay. So the ones that are in the spell book are the only ones I could cast.
Right now, yeah, right? However, like I said, you have the option to get up to 20 levels of spells for this mission. That being
Right.
said, you can get scrolls of spells you already know, or you can get scrolls of spells you don't know. Then you have to make a decision. Do I want to keep this as a scroll, or do I want to add it to my spell book? If you want to add it to your spell book, then it's going to cost time and money to do so. Right? So that's what I said so you have the opportunity here, yes, to get more spells to add to your repertoire and get them permanently added to your spell book, but it takes time and money in order to buy the materials and then spend the time copying the scroll into your permanent spell book.
Okay, so I may not have been able to find a lot of fourth level spells to copy.
Well, exactly, correct. However, you do have an
I'm
opportunity here to get some if you wanted to do that.
just trying to understand what I'm going to be able to do to help you guys.
Yeah.
And except the one thing I'm going to do to help you guys is stay away from vampires. I recommend that. Okay, good. Let me go ahead and start. Let me go ahead and start doing some paperwork here, and I can figure out what's going on.
So, Sean,
Mm-hmm.
do you wanna give us all access to the potions so we can add them to our sheets on Foundry, or do you want us to just note them
I
on?
I didn't. Well, the problem is anything that says a GM item. Well, let me think. Let me see if I can do
Or do
this.
you want to just
Oh wait, I
unfold
can do it.
them?
Yeah, hang on, I can do this. I'm gonna do this right now. Do do do. Let
Because
me. I'm not
the only
sure.
potion I have on mine is extra healing, because I hadn't used the one
Right.
I had for a while now.
All right.
So
So
I'm just
I
trying to not.
I just gave everybody limited access to the GM item list. So if you go to the items tab up top, it looks like a little briefcase. There's GM items. I'm not sure what you guys can see. Um, looks like it looks like you guys should be able to
You,
add
I,
them.
s-
So if you just do a search for the item, you should be able to drag it over to.
nope.
You can't drag it over, really?
All I can see is color of shape shifting.
That's
And
interesting. That's
I type
interesting.
in healing and I get nothing.
You're on the item tab, right? Which is
Oh yeah. Yep.
because when I just did it, it showed up for the for my. I have a stream viewer that's the same access as you guys, and when I do healing,
Well, let me refresh.
oh yeah, it only
Yeah, I
does as
was
far as
able to open up the item browser DM, but I can't ever find nothing in it. Like the potion
Yeah,
of EXP, I don't see it.
I'm wondering. I mean, have to go potion.
you have you probably have to change the whole
Yeah,
folder access.
well, that's what I did. I just gave access to. I gave limited, so because I thought you guys would be able to see, but because I don't want anybody accidentally editing an item or adding extra items or anything like that.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Uh,
I understand that.
all right, so I just changed everybody's access. You should be able to, hopefully, might have to refresh the page here to make it work.
Okay, good. I don't have to worry about that spell.
Man, my computer is like locking up. It's not like letting me do anything. What in the hell, man?
Yeah. Well, we can always do it later.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't. It's like I'm trying to type in it, and it's not like typing anything. So I don't know what the heck. So I may. Yeah, my computer is like locked up. It's not freaking.
Where did you well, let me ask Declan another question. Did you put all the items that from White Plume that Sean identified earlier?
That's what
Are
I'm
they in
typing
the
into the bag of holding right now.
okay, good. So I wanna re-look through it. I already
Okay.
have a ring on each hand and a pair of boots of speed. So I don't really need any of the boots of strutting and springing or
Right.
whatever. So I may
Sorry,
or
I
may
got to
not
Yeah.
put
refresh
it in
both of my
there.
screens because I don't know what's going on, but it's like Foundry just froze on me.
I might want to get another ring to swap out or something.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to do that in game or if we just want to hold after the game's over and then go through the list right
Yeah,
quick and
I
do that.
mean, yeah. Well, it depends on how much of a hurry we want, whether we want to do this job or not. I mean,
I hear you.
Ferris wants more to go in the IUs for this. That but I'm a thief and I'm greedy. So plus, this is like possibly not coming back.
Yeah, what's the use of taking treasure if you can't spend it?
We've come back so far on everything, but this is this is a lot more risky because he is a demigod.
Well, hopefully you won't have to go against IUs himself. However,
Oh, I hope not. But he has
however, um,
minions.
it is agreeable that you guys can keep the permanent items as well, if that's what it takes to get you guys to undertake the mission.
Yeah.
Well, Ron Dog's done with the mission without even having to get bribed. I suspect there'd be some acorns in it, right?
Yeah, actually
They'd be evil.
the concern
They'd
is
be
that
evil.
all the trees and everything up there are twisted and what's the word I'm looking for? Twisted, evil, mangled, corrupted.
Yeah.
Thank you. Fantastic word. Corrupted. And
I'm using
so,
a tree in my other game.
yeah. So the hope is that Ron Dog will be able to take some of his prized acorns and start planting trees up there that are a little nicer than.
I like the sounds of that.
Here comes Ron Dog, apple tree, apple seed.
I got a bag full of acorns and a lot of want to. DM, I did receive enough EXP, so I can't really achieve it going up anymore until I don't know if you rolled to see if there was an opening or if I'm going to have to fight somebody.
So I have not rolled, but we can go ahead and level you, and we can handle that when you guys get back from your next mission, wherever that may be. So
Well, it says I can only level up to 12th if there's fewer than 9 others at that level, or after I beat somebody else.
okay.
Otherwise, I'm stuck here at 10th or no 11th. Correction.
Okay. All right. So
Well, I'm fine with that.
okay.
I'm not a pain in the neck, DM.
I know you're not. So we will address that when you return.
Nice. You're leveling the 12. I still got like 80,000 or something.
There might be an opening, DM. There might not even have to fight.
There you go. Could be. We'll have to figure it out. All right.
Do you know an assassin?
Ronnie would never do that.
Yeah. Sure that Varys knows a couple here or there.
I was going to say,
Right.
that opening could be very, very. You can find that very, very soon.
Yep. So then, as I said, the original offer was 5,000 gold per person, along with all the spell scrolls and items that you guys are going to need to get there. We just need to make sure that we 100% articulate everything that you guys got and who is taking what, so we can get your sheets updated before you go on the mission, right? So we're going to need to know, we already know kind of who took. I know Varys didn't take any of the items offered for rogues or anything like that. But I mean, I'm not really sure. There's nothing really else item-wise that they can offer other than giving you guys, like I said, spells to protect the paladin's aura. Everybody got an extra invisibility potion, so everybody got 2 potions of invisibility, etc. So again, I just want to make sure that we get this hammered out. But we don't even know if you guys are going to take it, so I think it's a moot point that we do anything with any of the items before we decide whether or not. Bless you. You all right, buddy? So,
Not yet.
like I said, like I said, we're going to have to decide whether we're going to go, because if you guys aren't going to go, we just need to get rid of all those items anyway. So as we look at the game info, bag of holding.
I'm still filling in the IU's mission stuff.
Yep. That's kind of what
All right, Daniel. So just bring me up to speed since I was off eating bear and doing all that fun stuff. We can either go up and do something in the land of IUs or go somewhere else.
Right, and right now there has not been anything discussed. So essentially what happened is during the war, the Knight Commander of the Shieldlands was captured by IUs, and he was thought dead. But a recent missive coming from some spies in the spy network discovered that the Knight Commander is actually a prisoner in the jails within IU's capital city of Daraka. Now, that in itself is challenging, but instead of being a prisoner of IU's himself in IU's castle, what happened? What I missed?
I was just trying out my spells
Oh.
to see if they worked. I'm listening.
I was like, who's casting? What's going on? We go roll for initiative, everybody. Ronnie's got us rolling initiative. So the Knight Commander is in one of the prisons within the city, and the spies have given a map of the sewer complex, sort of a crude drawing of the sewer complex that leads from a river outside the city into the city going beneath its walls, and ends up with a little sewer manhole access somewhere within the the jail. And so in the journal entries, if you see City of Skulls, there's a sewer map, and that shows the city, or the map from the river going through the various sewer tunnels, and there's a little X that marks the spot where it allegedly enters into the jails themselves. And on the back of the map is a note that basically says there are the research and what they're discovered was there are 3 levels apparently within the jail. The upper levels are kind of your common riffraff, orcs, ogres, and whatnot. But the lower levels, where the higher security prisoners are kept, there are a little more powerful creatures guarding them. Some say there's even a Baylor down there, which is, they say, probably not true, because Baylors are pretty powerful demonic entities, and it's unlikely that they're down there running the lower level of a jail cell, even if it was IU's. But there are fiends from other planes and whatnot that are there, and so, that's where they say that the Knight Commander is allegedly being held, right? So,
well, those people hurt trees, they twist wildlife, raw dogs all for it.
right. So, and that Zadkill's up for going. I mean, I won't speak for Monkey, but as a paladin, I know that he is, and to be honest, I think Reese would be the same way. Here are the issues. The issues are that everybody knows that paladins give off their aura, so it's kind of like a bright shining light walking through a bunch of moths. The fact that you have priests that are aligned with good aligned deities, means that they probably, while they don't give off the paladin's aura, if they were to be discovered by, say, a priest casting spells of alignment checking and stuff like that, there's a potential there. Demi-humans, meaning elves, half-elves, dwarves, even maybe obviously halflings, they are frowned upon amongst orcs and goblins and gnolls and stuff like that. So while it's not unheard of to have elves and whatnot going amongst their ranks, evil elves and stuff like that, just the fact makes it a little more suspicious if there's like a group of elves walking through the neighborhood. So the benefactors of this mission have said they will provide means of you guys to get in and out, like invisibility. You have dust of disappearance. You do have scrolls of plane shift, which I think plane shift is only for one person, but they did, or maybe not. Maybe somebody have to check that for me.
Okay, I'm in there right now.
Yeah,
I'm
check.
also having. I also can't change the spells on my spell list.
Let me go into your spells, and I'm going to do this. I'm just going to clear all your spells out, and then I'll let you put whatever spells you want.
Okay.
So I don't know why it's not. You should just have to click there's like a little eraser off to the right. It's the middle.
I know, but none of those keys are working.
Really? Well,
Really?
That's pretty bizarre.
That's what I say.
Especially since you're the owner of the character sheet. So I took all your spells off there. So that being said, as soon as you get this updated in the bag of holding, if you haven't already.
Almost there.
Okay.
Are you putting this at the top or at the bottom?
In the middle, kind of.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Equipment for IUs. Rope of entanglement. Yep, there it all is. Okay.
Okay. And I put lines in between so you can.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where that stuff is.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of stuff in there that we could either sell or use, or I mean, we have already two staffs of curing already in there, plus the one we just got.
Well, I'm
So
pretty
three
sure
total.
that I think 3 staffs of curing are going to come in really handy, really fast.
Yeah, they all have different levels of charges. We
Yeah.
have 2 staffs of withering, which nobody's ever used. A wand of polymorph. It's only got 1 charge on it. What is this collar of shape changing? I have no idea what that is.
It's essentially gives you the ability to shape shift into a snake or a hawk. It's kind of like it's like the druid's ability of shape change. But you guys got that from the falcon. She used that to change from her form into an actual falcon. So you can change yourself from yourself or a snake or a hawk, but you can only do twice per day because it's once each. You can change yourself into a snake or a hawk.
I have it 3 times per day.
Okay, sorry. No, those 3's fine. 3's fine. No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Then we got a bunch of potions, several scrolls. Yep. There's some regular stuff in there too, like iron rations and shit. Yeah. Like, we still got to change a helmet of change alignment.
Yeah.
The folding boat, some other crap, some of the stuff from.
How does that helmet work?
It changes your alignment. It's cursed.
Oh, okay.
Well, we don't want to get rid of that folding boat. We've used that thing repeatedly.
Oh yeah, that thing's come in handy many a time.
Yeah, the boat is definitely an item to keep.
Yep.
Do you think that we're going to be using a lot of remove curse or need to remove curses?
I cannot say that.
You know, I would
I'm
think
actually
evil.
asking the party. I'm asking the party because I'm trying to figure out what I need to take with me.
I would think evil clerics would primarily be doing stuff like casting curses, hitting people with poison.
pausing wounds instead of curing wounds.
Right, all the
com-
evil side of the spells.
Command spells.
Not a, I'm not familiar with fiends from another plane, so I don't know what their powers are.
You want
gonna eat your face.
protection from evil.
Okay, well,
Exactly.
that I
Protection from evil. 10. All right, man. Protection from evil. 10-foot radius. You know, stuff like that.
okay, let's see.
I'll be right back.
Yep. They were gonna offer you guys a Vorpal sword, but since the paladin's not here, then
Too bad.
he's not here to claim it.
Hell,
so.
for a Vorpal sword, I'll change my class.
A holy
Yeah.
avenger.
Put me down as a first level fighter. That's all I need.
For a Vorpal sword, you'll change. You'll wear that helm.
All right.
Okay, all right. I have been checking, and it shows that all of the spells that I have in my spell book are all the spells that I'm able to use.
Yep, and that is what it should be, to be honest. And like I said, let's do that. Let's go ahead and decide, what spells do you want to make up your 20 levels of spell scrolls? Right? I won't worry about I won't
I've been checking off the spells in the book there.
Okay. So as I said, you can take spells you already have and just keep them as a scroll. You can take spells you don't already have that you would like and keep them as scrolls and use them as a scroll. Or you can take spells that you don't have that you like, and instead of casting as a scroll, we can later on figure out the time and cost to copy them permanently into your spell book. But if you guys do accept the mission, they're going to ask that you guys leave within a couple of days at least. So
That's what I was afraid of.
you're not going to have a month to copy all these spells
I know,
into a spell book.
That's why I want to know what I'm going to be facing. Okay, so I have an idea of how to prepare.
You know, here's an idea, bargaining chip. I'm kind of whispering this into his ear. Have them promise that if we succeed in this and come back alive, that they'll do this for you.
Okay, I mean that's a great idea. Possibly.
That's acceptable. They can do that. They will agree to do one spell of each level that you're able to cast that you do not already have. So you won't be able to do all the spells. Like if you got all new spells, they won't do all of them, but they can agree to do one first, one second, one third, and one fourth level spell, and that you do not already have, and add it to your spell book for you.
Okay, let me look here. Okay, so we're looking at piece of paper here. So we're looking at a lot of protection from evil.
Okay.
Okay, okay, that's not going to interfere from the of the paladin.
Nope.
Okay, and protection from evil, 10-foot radius is a third level spell.
Yep.
Okay,
So are these ones you're actually getting? Like I said, I want to document this down. I don't want to waste our game session discussing hypotheticals. I'd like to get through this.
okay, well, yeah,
I'm pretty sure that dagger versus lycanthropes, Ronnie got that a long time ago. Yeah, Ronnie's got that. if you want to take it off of there, Daglin.
Roger that.
I think that's the one I used to have.
Yeah, I think we swapped or something.
Yeah, I'd like that that +10 ring of protection if it's possible. My job to entertain you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the fighters right off the bat should be taking that potion of strength. All those potions of strength. Get them on your sheets and start sucking them down like it's a beer when we're fighting tough guys.
Nope.
Oh, how I wish I could have a beer right now. Let me see.
Well, do we want to put them on our
as I
character?
know, as far as I've been able to figure, Baron is fine with the idea of going.
Okay.
He's just going to be writing a whole bunch of stuff down as he's playing.
Okay. All right.
The
So
chance he might become the man he used to be.
yeah. So
Magic user is the only one that can use that wand of polymorphing.
Now is that okay? Good. Is that something that we can use on the we can use down there?
yeah, just remember you're not going to the abyss or anything. You're staying on this plane. You're just fighting creatures, or potentially you don't even know. You might just face orcs and giants and goblins and gnolls. You may not even face any fiends. However, it was noted that fiends do act as the jailers and stuff in the lower levels of the jail cells. So the potential
We're probably going to
was there.
face at least one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think.
I mean, yeah. We might find.
I do have
Polymorph
something.
wand as in polymorph other. Is that going to be useful for us to take?
Yeah, take it. You can use it against an enemy. Polymorph them into a blueberry or
Yeah.
something.
All right.
Okay.
Pop them in your mouth and go
That
squish.
wand.
All right. So
Polymorph wand.
all right. So I am adding the wand of polymorphing onto your sheet.
It only had one charge.
Yeah. And I'm
Never
going
mind.
to. Oops.
Never mind.
What?
By the time I figure out how to use it, it'll be too late.
Well, I added it on there anyway. You
Okay,
have a
well, thank you.
you have a wand of polymorphing on your character sheet now,
Okay.
and
There's
does,
also that wand of cold.
the wand of frost.
Wand of frost. Yeah.
Yeah, technically they call it wand of ice here. So that has 17 charges.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's only a magic user item too, so load them up.
Yeah, that's that could be useful for running into fire fiends.
All right, so we just added that to your character sheet, so you can remove that
Now,
from the list.
Done.
I'm assuming we're not going to be able to go directly in and directly out in one day. So if we're not able to do that, do we need the tiny hut?
Tiny hut's actually a pretty cool little spell.
That's
I
a
know.
great spell.
I'm trying to prepare for this. I don't know how many days we're going to be down there
All right,
to do that.
so first of all, movement is about 24 miles a day. Okay. The plane shift is supposed to probably put you guys about 30 miles away from the city. So you're having at least 1 day plus a couple hours travel from the time you land to the time you get to the outskirts of the city and find the entrance to the sewers. So, yeah, so you're probably talking a minimum of 3 days. If you guys were able to get to the city in a day and a couple hours, get into the jail cell, say 3 or 4 hours later, you've managed to get to the bottom of the jail cell, you manage to get your prisoner, you extricate him, and then you head on out, then you're talking a day or so getting back to where you can plane shift back home. So 2 days, 3 days. Now you can think then, all right, how much extra time do we want to prepare? Another 2 days, another 3 days? So is this going to be a 5-day affair? Is this going to be a 3-day affair? Right? At least 2.5 days just traveling. So,
Don't throw your marriage away on a fling.
yep.
Okay, is plane shift in the Unearthed Arcana?
No, plane shift, I believe, is in the.
That's in the magic or the player's handbook.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a pretty high level spell, but it's a scroll.
okay, okay. So now, is there going to be a problem with me? Is there going to be a problem with me casting it at a lower level?
That's what we got to look and see. All right, so let's see. Plane shift. Trying to find out where. Oh, actually, plane shift is a 5th level clerical spell.
Okay, that's what I thought. No wonder I couldn't find it. Yep, there it is. Plane shift.
Yep.
Um, okay, now is that something that I'm going to be able to cast, or
Nope.
is Deglin going to be able
Nope.
to cast?
That is going to have to be Deglin and or Reese.
Okay, good. Well, I won't think about that.
All right.
That was
When a plane shift spell is cast, the
Oh.
cleric moves himself or herself or some other creature to another plane of existence. The recipient will remain in a new plane until sent forth by some like means. If several persons link hands in a circle, up to 7 can be affected by the plane shift at the same time. So they gave you 5 plane shift scrolls. All right. So, oops. Let's see. Yep. So you're able to cast it, Deglin, and I think Reese is too. Is he the same level as you?
I think so.
I'm looking right now.
Paladins start off casting spells at a lower level spells at a higher
Yeah.
level.
Yeah. But no, he can't. But the paladin can't cast it. Reese is a cleric. So Reese can cast it, and or Deglin can cast it, but it only you both can cast it because it's their 5th level spells. So that's going to be a non-issue because it's not an upcast or anything like that. You guys are able to cast those spells, so that's not going to be worried. So I don't know how you want to break it up. Scroll of plane shift. Do
Okay. Let me see.
I am going, since you got 5 of them, I am going to give 3 of them to Deglin. Do make sure that. Yep. So Deglin, you now have
Okay.
3, and I'm going to give 2.
All right. I'm gonna need to have some scrolls of wizard lock.
Okay.
Okay, because an extra plane creature I find out can break a whole portal.
Yep. So, all right.
Through the stuff as fast as I can.
So, are we adding these scrolls to your sheet then?
You said you want the okay. I want to go on this quest, and as we're playing, I'm going to be adding these things on.
I'm not. We're gonna need to know like before you go because you can't suddenly realize that you need a certain spell halfway through the dungeon, and then say, "Oh yeah, that's the spell they gave me." And we're gonna have all of this put down before you guys even leave
I'm
town.
wounded. I am
What?
wounded
Yeah, I know.
by you suggesting that.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I just want to make sure. You're saying you're going to put them as we're playing, but really all we're doing now is putting our list together of
Okay,
what
good.
we're going to
Right,
be
and I'm doing
taking.
that. Yeah, wizard lock is going to come in handy.
Okay. So
Um,
is that the only one you've chosen so far, or do you have other spells you've
no,
chosen?
I have protection from evil, tiny hut,
Okay.
and wizard lock so far. Protection from evil, 10 foot.
Okay. So are you getting both of them, or just protection from evil 10 foot?
Just protection from evil 10 for me.
Okay, so I'm going to drop this on your sheet. So that's a third level spell. And then you want Tiny Hut.
Yeah, I'll need a couple of those. If we'll
Uh,
at least have a place to hide.
You want 1 or 2 or 3? 2? Okay.
2 would be fine. Tensor's floating disk.
All right, hang on a second. Somewhere, thought I dropped it on there, but it didn't. Why is
Just
it?
in case the prince is the object of our quest is incapacitated.
There we go. All right, Tiny Hut. And how many of Tiny Hut did you want? Sorry.
3, just to
3?
be safe.
Okay. All right, so Tiny Hut is a third level, so that's 9 plus 3. That's 12 spell levels you've used so far. Said Wizard Lock?
Wizard Lock's 2.
Yep. All right, so,
Okay.
oops.
No
So,
strength spells, correct?
what's that?
Potions?
No, we're just doing spells right now.
Well, okay. Well, we have strength potions for the fighters to use.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't need strength.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So you've gotten 14 spell levels so far, so you have 6 spell levels left. Oh, did you want did you say Tensor's Disc? I didn't put that one down.
Let's see. Yeah, we could probably put. Yeah, probably one of those.
Of course, it's not doesn't have it.
Okay.
Seriously.
Let's see. That. Okay, we have
There it is.
that.
All right. Tiny Hut
Um,
3. You only said 1 Wizard Lock, right?
yeah, 2, just
2?
in case.
Okay.
Yeah, because I have a feeling that as we're running away, we're going to need that.
And Floating Disc 1, Protection from Evil 1?
Protection from evil 10 feet would be 3.
3? All right, you might be out of spell levels here. So this is a third level spell. So there's Tiny Hut. It is a second level spell. Nope, third level spell.
Tiny Hut is a
Third level.
third level spell.
All right, so you've got 9, 18,
19.
19 with Floating Disc. And so you won't be able to have any Wizard Locks because you're over your spell.
Okay, all right, well then I'll go. Okay, make it 2 tiny huts,
Okay.
2 wizard locks,
Okay.
1 tensors.
All right, there's 9 plus 6 is 15. You want 2 tensors, you said? And 2 wizards?
1 tensor.
1 tensor? Okay. All right, so
the,
there's 9 plus 9 plus 6 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Wizard Lock 2 is 20. So that's all the scrolls you get for free. That's
okay,
20.
so I have 3 protection from evil 10 feet,
Yep.
2 tiny huts,
Yep.
2 wizard locks, and a tensor, and a partridge in a pear tree.
And a partridge in a pear tree. Yep.
All right, well that was fast.
Yep. Now
Okay,
let's
I
decide.
think that we've got pretty much everything else covered, I hope.
The Ring of Spell Storing that has 3 spells in it. What 3 spells would you like to put in it? Because I'm going to put them in your Ring of Spell Storing for you right now.
All right, let me look. What's the total amount of levels I can put in?
It doesn't matter levels. It's only 3 spells. So you could put 3 4th level, 3 2nd, 1 of each, whatever you want. Any spells that you already know, not the new scrolls you got, but anything that's already in your spell book, you can put into it.
Okay. Back. Okay, well, I don't have I don't have mirror image, so I can't use that.
Right.
Hmm, see. Back to my spells here.
Pretty boring game tonight so far. I know. I apologize, but I need to get this
I'm
down.
sorry,
So
I just have
no, we're fine. We need to make sure that we get it taken care of before we go. Hopefully, we'll be able to get it all done, and then after the break, we'll be able to.
Okay, so I'm looking at Shatter might come in handy, so I'll do that one.
Shatter.
And Pass Wall might come in handy, so I could do that one.
Come on. All right.
And
Pass wall, you said?
Pass Wall and Fire Shield.
Okay.
Okay, so the ring has got Fire Shield.
That was the ring that was gotten from the equipment for IUs, right?
No.
Oh, that's a different.
Yeah,
Okay.
he already has a. This was one that he's had. So, but I can't remember what the spells were supposed to be on it, and I don't remember where we got it
Right.
from.
Haven't
But
had a
so we
chance
just.
to use them.
Yep.
Okay,
So.
so I got Fire Shield, Pass Wall, and Shatter. That should do something.
Yep.
Okay, and then we'll sort of punt with the rest of the stuff.
Yep.
Okay, because most of the offensive spells that I still have that scroll of magic missiles. I think I only cast one from that,
Yep.
and then whatever else is floating around on this thing. I've got the bag of holding up on my computer, so I can go see if there's something that I need.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's weird that shatter pass. Oh, there's go. So if you go to your actions, the cross swords tab,
Right.
and you scroll down a little bit, you can see all the actions that you're able to do. So you can see that the shatter, pass wall, and fire shield are there. If you just click on the little arrow on those, it'll let you cast those spells, and those are the 3 spells that are in your ring. And if you scroll a little farther down, you can see that there's the protection from evil, the tiny hut, the wizard lock, the floating disc. Those are your scrolls. So those are actions that you can do in addition to like casting your regular spells and stuff like that.
Okay. So let's see. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see them. I see them. They're not in bold, or they're not in bold where I can click on them.
Yeah, well, the ones that the scrolls aren't, because I think it has to be. It's like, yeah, it says
Okay.
you haven't learned them, and I'm like, nope, we don't want to do that. Usually it has the thing on there that
because
says,
it's not yeah, because they're faded.
yeah, but it's like I said, usually there's a, oops, usually it's a thing that says whether they're learned or not, and I don't know why it's saying not learned. I don't know how to. Oh, I think, is this it?
Now I have 2 wands of negation.
No, I just think that you've only got the one.
Okay, because I got 1 wand of negation here that says 21, and I got 1 wand of negation that says 100.
Yeah, I think that's one that has like the maximum versus how many there are. I don't know why they show it as being twice, but you've only got. Yeah, for some reason on the sheet it's saying that the the scrolls you have are unlearned, and I'm like, no, they're learned. I wonder if it's they have to be equipped.
I'm
Nope.
not.
Nope.
Um,
I'm just looking. I'm just testing here to see. It's not letting me. There used to be a little checkbox that says learned or not learned, but this one now it doesn't have it. Because when I go to edit, doesn't have anything on it that.
okay, because if I have that many wand devices,
Yeah, no.
I'm really going to
No,
need.
it's only because the wand device does different abilities. So it has a wand device and it shows you the different abilities that it's got.
Okay, so it's a single wand.
Yep. But it has those different capabilities and stuff.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
one.
not going to worry about the scrolls right now. It says not learned, and I don't know why. I wonder if they have to be like added to your spell book to do, but it just says not learned. So we'll figure it out later. I'm not going to worry about it. But those are all the scrolls you got. I think those are all the items that you got.
Yeah, I've gone over the spells that are on my that are in the gear.
Yep.
Okay, and those are all the spells that I have in my spell book. I just checked them to be sure.
Yep. Okay.
All right, cool. I'm a very happy man.
All right. So anything else that we had on the bag of holding that we needed to cover?
I'd like to have that ring of plus protection +3 if if nobody is.
Oh, well, so would I. I have a +2 that you can have.
And there's also another +2 in there.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah,
stack though, so.
yeah, that's why I
No,
wanted to
but I mean,
swap
other
mine.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
But
So as of right now, so you could
I don't see any of those potions
I have a ring of
under
protection
the
+1,
right.
items.
so I can go ahead and get a ring of +2 then.
You could get a +2, and then we could give. Yeah, I don't know why it says +2. It's supposed to be ring of protection +3.
Well, there's a
For the
+3.
IU's mission, there's a ring of protection +3 from the White Plume Mountain as well.
Maybe that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So let me look real quick.
I particularly put them in two different sections so that we
Yeah.
wouldn't get them confused.
Yeah, I'm just double checking. I may have said. Yeah, you're right. So the IU's is the +2, and then the +3 is the one you got from White Plume Mountain. Yep, you're correct. All right, so we can do that then. So I am going to.
Yeah, I can't find those potions either.
Yep,
But that's okay.
I'll make
You
sure
do
that we
it
get them.
later.
Yep, I'll put them on just to make sure. All right, so I am going to remove the +2 ring of protection from the magic user, Baron.
And
I'm going to add a ring of protection +2 to.
okay, yeah, here the protection. Yeah, in the gear section.
Yep.
Okay, I've got those spells, the scrolls,
Yeah.
not learned.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I don't know how to get them where they're supposed to be learned. I don't know if it's supposed to be added to your spell book or whatever, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I don't want to mess with it, so we'll just leave it as it is. You got the ring of protection +2, and before I forget, let's go over to Varus and find his ring of protection +2 and delete that and drop in the +3.
All right, so in the bag of holding, I'm just going to replace those with
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
There's another
So
ring of protection +1 in there.
yeah, there's a ring
and
plus
a +2.
yeah, a ring +1 and +2. Yep.
Okay, so there
Yep.
are two rings of +2. Oh, here I found the ring of spell story.
All right. Good. All right. So I just added that to your sheet, so you should be good now, Varus. All right. So, Varus, what
I
potions?
I
Let's go.
need
Okay, here's the
regular healing.
okay,
Okay.
the
Hang on. Let
spell
me let
tree.
wait. Let me I'm handling Varus right now. So let me go through his
Sorry,
stuff. We're fine.
I'm
So I
sorry.
need regular healing,
Yep.
a potion of vitality,
Yep.
potion of flying, and then invisibility, and I can
Yep.
fix the quantities based on what I
Yep.
have, or
All
whatever.
right.
Yeah.
Potion of flying,
Because
potion
I
of
have
vitality, and
stuff.
invisibility. Yeah, you should have.
Actually, all of us should have that.
Everybody has 2 potions of invisibility. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but I already had some
Yeah.
stuff.
For some reason, vitality is not in here, so I'm gonna probably have to create that. But I think that has to do with. Um, I don't know if the reason they gave it is because of the plane shift or not, but yeah, I'll look at it and make sure. All right, so I did that. So the only thing you're missing off of yours then, Varus, right now, is the potion of vitality.
Cool.
And Deglin, they gave everybody a potion of healing, right?
The potion of demonization has been used.
I'm not worried. Okay, you can take it off. You can delete it off your sheet. Um, let's see, potion. What other potions you get, Deglin? It's a healing and
There was, you mean from this payout thing
yes.
for IU? Yeah, okay. So there was 2 potions of healing,
Yep. I just
2
dropped one on
potions
your
of
sheet. You can add it as actually, I'm just going to add.
okay,
You can just add 2 to your thing to have a total of 8. I just added
okay.
that, so you've got 8 healings now. And I'll remove
There
one I
was
just
2
dropped
of
off.
extra healing.
That wasn't for everybody though, was it?
That's what you had me write down before, yeah.
Was it?
Yep, everybody each gets
Oh
2
yeah, you're
potions of
right. 2
healing.
potion of healing, 2 of extra healing. Yep. Okay. All right. Do you already have extra healing on your sheet? Yep, you do. So
I,
you already have
yeah.
5. So now you have 7.
1 potion of vitality.
Yeah, the vitality is not in the book, so I'm not worried about that.
Right. 1 potion of flying. And then the 2 invisibility.
Okay.
I don't know how you want to do the scrolls of Nistel's magic aura.
So I am just going to say that I am going to give. Let's see. Look up Nystel's magic. Well, I'll look it up. So Nystel's magic aura, I think, only covers 1 person. So I'm just going to give, and I'm not sure how long it lasts.
Yeah, I wrote down 5, but I don't know how many there are.
Yeah. Yep. Nystel's magical aura is a 1st level spell. It lasts 1 day per level. By means of this spell, any one item of a weight of 50 gold piece per level of experience of the spellcaster can be given an aura, which will be noticed if detect magic is exercised on the object. If it's actually held by the creature detecting, he or she is entitled to saving throw versus magic. So if somebody's trying to cop a feel while they're casting this on you, otherwise it's simply magical. So, it's at 12th level. 12 times 50 is what? 600? 600 gold? So that's essentially now we're gonna 50 per level of experience. So the caster is at 12th level. I think that's a little off. I think my math is gone. Well,
You've
no,
got to
that's
do
right.
a
Yep.
special spell anyway. If you want to create another one, it does like a whole person.
What do you mean?
You were
No,
going to do
that's what I'm
the
saying. No, I'm
vitality.
just Yeah, I got to create it, but no, I'm not going to do a special spell. I'm just going to say that the Nystul's magic aura will work to cover the aura being given off by a person. So
Okay.
yes, so I am just going to give 5 scrolls of Nystul's magic aura, their first level. So, or 6, I mean 6 scrolls. Sorry, 1 for each person. So
Okay.
Baron will be able to cast Nystul's magic aura on everybody, and it will last for 12 days.
Okay.
Unless somebody casts Dispel Magic on you, and then you're screwed.
Oh shit.
But it's contested at 12th level, so. Right? All right. So are we good there?
I think so.
All right. So the other items that were for this mission, you have, and you can kind of keep these in the as a group thing. You've got the spell magic scrolls for either cleric or mage, doesn't matter. You've got the ring of blinking, a ring of free action, and a rope of entanglement. I think you can just use that as needed, unless you want to give that to somebody, like, I don't know, the paladin, give him a ring of blinking so he can blink in and out of shit, or you want to give it to the rogue so he can use it to blink in and out of stuff, although you don't really have control on where you're blinking to. So anyway,
Oh, you don't? It's random.
Well, if you ever read the blink spell, it's kind of cool, but the downside. Let me find that. I think is it a second or third level spell? It's third level spell.
Is it illusionist or
No, it's a magic user.
Oh.
Level 3, it lasts 1 round per level. So by means of this spell, the magic user causes his or her material form to blink out and back to this plane again in a random period and direction during each minute of the spell, like a blink dog. The segment of the round that the spellcaster blinks out is determined by a random roll with 2d4, and during the same segment, he or she will appear again 2 foot distant from his or her previous position. The direction is determined by a roll of a d8, 1 ahead to the right, 2 to the right, etc. If some object is already occupying the space where the spellcaster is indicated as blinking into, his or her form is displaced in a direction away from the original position for any distance necessary to appear in an empty space, but never in excess of an additional 10 feet. If that extra distance still means the magic user and another solid object occupy the same space, the caster is then trapped in the ethereal plane.
Shit.
During and after a blink segment of a round, the spellcaster can be attacked only by opponents able to strike both locations at once, like a breath weapon, fireball, etc., etc. So there's a few things, but yes, you don't have any control. You blink out and you pop back in the next round at the same segment that you blinked out. You blink back in, and the next turn, 2 feet from where you were. Right, but you're in the ethereal plane, so you can kind of see them, and so you can like pop back in and attack, But yeah, so that it's kind of fun, but then it's kind of
do you wanna go ahead and just give me the +2 dagger and the boots of striding and springing, or somebody else wants the boots?
Well, we actually have 2 pairs of the boots of striding and springing.
Well, I'm already wearing boots of speed.
Yep.
But I'm not going to be using them all the time.
Yeah.
Because that'll make me exhausted.
Yep.
So I only want to use them like when I'm going to really need them. Especially the haste power.
All right, so I just dropped the set of boots on his sheet, so you can take the ones off of the I use mission.
Okay.
And then what's the other? It was the dagger.
Yeah, +2 dagger.
+2 dagger. You gonna start throwing daggers? If you
Well,
start throwing daggers,
I have 2 daggers of venom, so
yeah.
I just need some more. I need some more venom. I have a little bit.
Yeah, it's a +2 dagger.
I I noticed
But
they
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
had
yeah,
some
yeah.
poison
Hang on.
in
The
that
dagger, it was an optional one, right? So you can get the boots of striding and springing, or a +2 dagger that's +3 versus
oh,
large creatures.
oh, okay.
So we do have other like magic daggers, I think, in the bag, but for this particular
Yeah.
mission, you can get your choice of the boots or the dagger. It's a +2, +3
Oh,
versus large.
yeah, I'll take the boots
Okay, well,
then.
the boots have been
No,
dropped
we
down
have,
this year.
yeah, I already have a +3 and a +2 sword.
Okay, all right,
So,
all right, there you go.
All right, so
there's-
I should delete that out then.
Yeah,
Okay.
just delete the boots and the dagger now because he chose the boots as opposed to
Got
the
it.
dagger. All right. All right.
The priest one, I'm not sure what we're gonna do.
Which one?
The priest, there was a staff of curing or a ring of spell storing.
Is that what it is? I thought it was
Or
sorry.
both. I don't know.
Sorry, I apologize. I should have known this, but there's a lot to this stuff, and there's some of the things I don't remember.
Yeah.
Let's see. It says priest can receive a staff of curing with 16 charges, a ring of spell storing, or 3 additional potions of extra healing. So I think the ring of spell storing, or you already have a staff of curing, so you can take
2.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, but still, staff of curing, I mean, they definitely come in handy as you're being able to heal without having to worry about praying to your deity to get the spells, right? So it was actually a choice of the 3. A staff of curing. Actually, no, sorry, they were all 3, but this assumes there's 3 priests, right? So if there's 3 priests, each one gets a choice of one of them. So you got a staff of curing. Staff of Curing, a Ring of Spell Storing, or an additional 3 potions of extra healing. So there's 2 clerics. So if you guys want to, you can take either one of those 3 items, right? So your group's going to get 2 out of the 3 items.
Okay.
So you just have to decide what you want.
Well, without Reese here, I don't want to chip
Right.
him.
Yep.
I don't know what he wants.
So I am going to drop the Ring of Spell Storing on his sheet. And then if he wants to change it later, then we'll change it later.
Okie dokie.
Okay, let me do that. And I just have to drop the spells on there. Okay. And the spells were, I'm going to do Flame Strike first.
It was Cloak of Bravery, Flame Strike, and I just deleted it too. Damn it.
Sorry, I got it here.
Heal. Heal was the other.
Yes. All right, and this one there is no Cloak of Bravery thing, so I'm going to say, I'm trying to think, what are the spells that I'm trying to look to like bolster, because I know you could do like remove fear. Something that Cloak of Bravery, what would that sound more like? Let me look and see if
aid spell or bless spell or
yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Let me look and see what this says.
Maybe immune to fear.
Actually, I was going to say I'm going to give it a prayer instead of that. Casting this is a matter of intoning an invocation to the cleric's gods, following which any of the cleric's allies who are within the spell's area of effect will gain for the duration of the spell the same benefits as if they were affected by an ongoing chant spell. His or her allies gain a bonus of +1 to attack rolls, damage rolls, and saving throws enemies in the spells area suffer a -1 to all such die rolls.
Yep, that sounds like a good one.
Yep, so we'll use prayer instead of, oops.
Yeah, I don't even know what a cloak of bravery is. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of spells in here that they've got that is like, I have never heard of that. This must have come somewhere else, and they don't even have it as in an appendix anywhere that says, "Hey, this is what this is." All right, so I got Reese. So you can take away the ring of spell storing from the IU's list.
Okay, did that.
All right, what else we got? Anything? Oh, I think did I add it onto his sheet already? No, I need to give the potions as well.
Each one of the players will have to have them. Yeah.
Yep. So let me.
I figure you could do that offline now.
Yeah, I can. I will do that. I just want to make sure that everybody's got it.
DM, I already added them on Ronnie.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Oops, I don't need to do that. Let me delete that.
I mean, only the extras were already on there, so the healings won't work, but they're on the sheet.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so he has that. Identified has that. Okay. Did you Ronnie does not have a potion of flying yet on his though, right?
He does not.
All right, I will add that on there.
You might give that to Reese because Ronnie can change
Everybody
into a bird.
Everybody gets one. Everybody in the party gets a potion of flying. What was the other one? I got 2 potions of healing, 2 potions of extra healing, a potion of flying.
One of vitality and one of invisibility.
That's right.
Or two of invisibility.
Yep. Drop did not. There we go. Edit. Identified. Quantity 2. All right. So Reese is taken care of. Let's take care of Ron Dog.
You want me to delete the non-working potion of Black Dragon Control, ESPN, and healing?
No.
Oh
wait.
Yeah, those are from the White Plume Mountain. I didn't know if you were going to actually take those.
Yeah, I put it on Discord last week or whenever that was.
Is this the thing that you have that says new item? You got something on
No. On his equipment list, I added the
potion of ESP.
Yep.
My sheet's locking up again. God damn it. Uno momento. Refreshing. It's just all of a sudden it's like I can't do 2 things at once on this on Forge, man.
It might be the Elon Trump interviews throwing off the interwebs.
That's probably what it is. That or I've got 2 instances of Forge going on 2 different instances of Chrome. And Chrome is a gas hog as it is. Can't wait till they come up with a EV version of Chrome so I can stop burning all those particulate matters and polluting the atmosphere. I want Chrome to go green, Ronnie. I want Chrome to go green.
Word.
Apologize for everybody that this is rather slow going, but I want to make sure that we have everything prepped before we get underway. And if that means it's just sort of a laid back, don't do anything but sort through our treasure. We've had a bunch of treasure that we really needed to sort through. And guess what's happening? Take a guess. I'll give you like 1 guess, and I'll bet you'll never guess what's happening.
Commercial break.
OBS trap.
Yep. Yeah, I really, I'm sorry for the folks out on the stream, man. I know this is going to
be boring.
This is boring as heck, I know. So for those that are still there, I know you guys are diehards. You guys are diehards. So I'm trying to refresh, and once again, it's crapping on me. I just wish that I was able to give a DM's view to the stream and then give a player's or give the player's view as a DM. Right? So that's the crux of this thing. Then I would only have to have one instance of the Forge open, because now Forge is not letting me load the game. It's just spinning and loading and spinning and loading, and then it says, "Oh, your game takes way too long to load." Son of a... And it's funny too, because of the issues I had last week. I plugged in my cord. It's dragged across my house, so now I'm getting like 800 down and 800 up.
Yeah,
Speed wise.
Ethernet. Yeah.
Yep, I got it plugged in,
Yeah,
and
that's my laptop.
and shit still ain't freaking working for me. It's really not the speed of coming in; it's the speed of rendering. But I got a pretty high end graphics card too. So my son built me a nice rig, but yeah, I blame
Well,
Chrome.
I'm gonna step away and use the restroom.
Yeah, go ahead, man. You guys, if you need to take 15 or take 10 or whatever, because I literally just closed my browser and left completely. And now I'm going to go back to Forge. A lot of times that's what I got to do, man. I got to go literally back to Forge and relaunch the game, and then it'll load. But if I just sit there and try to refresh, it just says, nope, can't do it. And I may just throw my mouse here in a second if it does it again. Do we even have anybody out? Do we really have anybody out there really actually hanging out and watching all this? Because this is...
There's 8 people.
What?
Yeah, 5 of them are probably us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. 6 of them are players. One's a bot, and one of them's... Yeah, 6 of them are players. One of them's a bot, and the other one's Paul, who fell asleep. Paul, waiting for the action. Come on, man. Start dropping 20s again, dude. Where the hell are you? Yeah. Hey,
I wouldn't draft 20s now. We ain't got to use them.
Well, if any 20s that we have right now, I am going to... It's slow. Yep, it's slow, man. Absolutely. Anyway, we got an ad break going on, so as soon as it comes back, I'll say. Paul, you can hear us talking though, right? Son of a gun. So yeah, I'll just wait for it. We got a minute to come back, so I did on. Hey man, I know, and I'm getting you, and you know something. I wasn't expecting it to be this bad tonight, but I knew it was going to be a little bit of prep work, trying to get everybody set up with when they go. But are you on our Discord, Paul? You need to ping me. Ping me on the Discord, man. I'm probably gonna put you as a moderator for the channel. Just so you
would be good.
Just so, because he's always there.
Here.
He's always here, and at least we need to have at least one person paying attention to the chat, because I get so busy what I'm doing. I can't multitask, man. I mean I'm not good at it. I got 3 screens I'm looking at here. All right, I got 3 screens, so I'm gonna have to do that. Let me where is how do I
Okay, good.
Can I?
My spells are chosen. I've got everything where it's
I wonder,
supposed to be.
is this the command that does it? Yeah. All right, Paul, you are now a moderator of the channel, dude. Go crazy. Just don't.
Congratulations!
Just don't ban any of the players. It loaded. Holy snapdragons! Just don't ban any of the players, dude. Unless, well, Monkey.
You're all bad.
You can ban Monkey. You can ban Monkey, but nobody else. All right. I said it was loading, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. Okay, now it's loaded. Let's see what happens.
That you cursed it.
Yep,
Shouldn't have said anything.
Here we go. Loading data pack. Osric. Slowly. Come on, man. I cursed it. Son of a gun. All right. Nobody move. Everybody hold your breath. Nobody breathe. Paul's moving up in the world. Woot, woot. All right. So if you don't know any of the moderator stuff, that's okay, Paul. Neither do I. So I just make it up as we go. The only thing that I ask is that you look to figure out how to quickly ban somebody from the channel, which is usually pretty easy. You should now see at the bottom of the underneath the message block next to where the tokens and bit things are, there should be what looks to be a little sword. If you click on that sword, it'll give you a moderator's view of the things, and that lets you see who's on, and then you can like right click people and do stuff and whatever. So yeah. So let's see where we are at now. So let's zoom back in here, and we're gonna handle. All right, who were we working on? We were working on Ronnie. Is that who we were doing? I think that's who.
I think yeah, you're adding the potions.
Yep. And it's not. I click his gear thingy, and now it's not changing from his. Nothing I click on. All right, open up Ronnie. Yeah, now for some reason something's happening. What? I wonder what it was. I'll bet you there's an error going on now. And if that's the case, I may just call it quits tonight because I guess I can't freaking deal with this. All right. Doesn't look like my console is giving any errors. Let's close that. What? Holy cow, what's going on? Oh, there's something going on in the background. Unfortunately, I can't really show. So that there's something going on in the background with one of the add-ons, and I don't think it's not an add-on from the any of my modules. This is like one of the scripts that's part of the actual game system, and it looks like it's running through some kind of a process. So that's why when I'm clicking on things, nothing's happening. It's literally, I wish I could show you guys. I could share like the whole screen, but I'm not going to worry about it. But if you ever on a browser, you hit the F12 key and it opens up your behind the scenes look at stuff. And if you go over to the console, and you go over to the console, and that'll show you if there's any errors being thrown and stuff. Well, this is running something through the handlebars script, and it's doing, I don't know if it's like loading stuff, and it's just taking forever and ever. It's like I clear the console, and all of a sudden the console's filled back up with stuff. I've never seen this. So there's something. It's like I guess got to sit here and wait an hour because like when I click Ronnie's character sheet, nothing happens. It's like I'm trying to change to the gear tab, nothing happens. And so, yeah, there's like all kinds of behind the scenes things going on, and I don't know why. Oops, let's see that, and clear that. Yeah, man, this is like absolutely crazy. Going to update token something or other. Active lighting. It's like, dudes, what the hell? I wonder if it'll do the same thing with. No, I can go to Varus and I can click to any one of his tabs, and it works fine. Close. Let me go to Ronnie. Yep, I can't change tabs for Ronnie, and I don't know why. It's like as soon as I open up Ronnie's sheet, it literally just starts going batshit crazy.
The world is against druids.
Dude, I'm telling you, I wish I could show you. As soon as I open up your sheet, it's like bang. And I don't know why. I wonder, to be honest, I ran a script. So previously we were having issues with people in their character sheets and everything. I weren't able to cast spells. But I fixed Baron manually, and everybody else I did. And I had to run the developers put a script in that I could run manually, and it ran this update process that updated everything to to the new version of the game system. For some reason, we had a bad install, and that's why all of our magic spell stuff was just broken. It wasn't working.
Oh.
So he did a script that says, "Hey, the reason is when we updated this part of the system, there was a update to how items were handled, and so for some reason that process broke when we did our install. So he did a script that was part of the update that they did, the next update, and so he says, "Hey, here, run this command, and it'll manually run that update, and all the items will get updated to meet the new format and the new the way things are done." And so I wonder if when I did that, Ronnie was not part of the adventuring group, because if you remember, I deleted his character sheet and I recreated him.
Yep.
And then when I added all of the experience, it didn't include him in the list because I had deleted him, and I'm like, oh crap, I had to go back, and there's a tab that has the actors tab. In the DM's version, there's one next to it that allows me to do everything with the characters. I can do awards to a character. I can go, like, I could move each person as a different time. I can do all different kind of things specifically to the characters. But Ronnie was not part of that. And so I think, and I'm wondering if that's why it's running through this whole update, because of the fact that he was not part of the group of people when that was first done. But yeah, if I click on a tab for him, so I'll have to do Ronnie's character later. I'll just do Monkey, and let us go with the healing. Does he have any healing already? He does not have any potions, so we need to delete that because he already drunk that one. So potion of
He said
healing.
something about being a paladin that he can only have a certain magical character.
He has a limit on his magical items.
Yeah, but that's not expendable items, right? He can have items that are expendable. He just can't have a whole bunch of permanent magic items and stuff like that. All right, so let me give him, and I am right now in the process of giving Monkey his stuff. Potion of healing. Potion of extra healing. 2 is what? Ah, dang it. Again, edit, identified 2 potions of extra healing. Potion of healing. Fly. Potion of flying. And 2 potions of invisibility. Two and identify. What items were available for the fighters?
There was 3. It looked like a potion of superheroism, potion of fire giant strength, or a potion of hill giant strength.
He is going to take the potion of fire giant strength.
But then the other 2 are being taken away too, so I might as well just get.
Why did it say any of or all of?
I just wrote it down that they were or, so I don't know which one was which.
All right, let me see.
I think he's technically the only fighter.
He gets 1 each of the following. He gets a potion. Oh, he gets each. So he gets a potion of superheroism, potion of fire giant strength, and a potion of, so he gets all 3.
All right. So if you're going to add it, I'll take.
Yep.
Of the back.
because he's the only fighter we got.
Yep.
Oh, not Hill Giant Control, Hill Giant Strength. Superheroes is actually pretty cool.
Well, for his level, I don't know what level it only raises you like level.
He is a 9th level, I think, or 8th level.
Once you get to a certain level, it stops working.
He's a 9th level.
He's already a superhero.
Yeah. It's up here, so they're all his potions are together. All right. So you took those 3 off. So he's got those now. What else do we have left?
Just the single individual items. The rope of entanglement, free action.
Okay.
Did you get the potions for Baron?
I believe I did. So where is Baron again? Baron, every time he touches his keyboard, he moves his character.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'm in there somewhere. Okay, I see him.
Oh, and Reese too. Gotta make sure he.
I don't see Baron anywhere. He's not showing up on my. What in the heck? Baron, where'd you go, man?
I don't know.
You drink that potion of invisibility already.
I'm telling you, he is gone. That's actually really funny because he's not on the sheet. I can hit the Alt tab or the Alt key, and it lights up all the characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and nowhere else. Oh, there he is. Is that him? Nope, that's not him.
You moved him up to the group, and then
I know, but see on his.
Sorry, I don't understand if I did anything.
I just think you deleted yourself.
I believe.
Can you see the map? Well, you probably should be able to.
I'm moving the map around right now.
Okay, so you. All right, so let's find out where the hell he is. I don't want to put a second token of him on there.
You probably need 2 of me.
Yep. I'm just moving everybody just to make sure that Baron didn't accidentally get up underneath somebody. And there he was.
There he is. Yeah.
He was underneath Ron Dog.
Hey.
What's up with that, fellas?
I don't even want to think about that.
All right. So, oops. All right. So we're going to take a look at Baron's list. I think he's got them. No, he does not.
Have what?
You don't have any of the potions that we've been giving out.
You changed your spells, but while he was in there, he didn't put your potion.
Yep. Come on. It's really starting to frustrate the crap out of me. Trying to drop it on his character sheet, but it's not letting me. It's like, bring it over to add. Hey, it finally showed up. It only took like 5 minutes. Now you watch. All of a sudden, I'm going to have like 10 of these on a sheet. So I tried to do it. All right. 2 potions of extra healing.
Okay, there it is. Potion of gaseous form. Why do I have 2 potions of gaseous form?
No, this is really funny.
A potion of restoration. I could probably use a couple of those.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just everything is taking so there's something going on with the game system with these character sheets. And so there's something going on under the hood and it's making it's like really slow. It's like for those that remember back in the day when you would start typing and then all of a sudden your things would catch up like 10 seconds later. It's like
Oh yeah.
you'd be typing and nothing's happening. So see now all of a sudden it's like I said, I'm just gonna have to wait for it to catch up.
Well,
See.
I just did a refresh and it's telling me that the whole world is slow.
Yep. Yep. So there's
You know,
something they actually
well, I
had
was gonna,
they had an alert go out that they were having degraded issues, but it was supposedly resolved. But I don't think so. I'm gonna see now if I can. Let me try to if I could delete this. Yes. Just want to watch it go away. I said yes and it still hasn't deleted yet, so I'm gonna have to be very. I don't want to have to like start over. Jesus, I'm about ready to call the game as it is right now, and just say the hell with it because we got absolutely nothing done. And by the time I get done, we're just gonna be doing nothing because it's gonna be almost game time anyway. I really hope it's not like this on Friday. But yeah, I don't know what to say. I am just going to call the game here. I apologize for those that showed up and
I hope it works for my games.
Yeah, exactly. I apologize for those that showed up to watch tonight and we really got nothing done. I was really hoping to get this done relatively quickly, but there was more going on to it, or more to do, I guess, than I anticipated. And I was not anticipating. I forgot about Reese missing, but still, I wasn't expecting to miss Monkey and stuff, and we just got a really slow start. But I am gonna before I leave, I am gonna make sure that everybody has all of the potions, so that they're supposed to have. So the only thing we should have to worry about is the extra magic items. We're gonna work it out in chat.
Yeah.
Make sure you hit Discord every day to check through because I want to go through the entire list of what we have in the bag of holding, sell it off, give everybody the gold, and then I'll apply the experience based on the gold once we sell everything off.
Oh, and I want to buy some more poison.
That's fine. Yep, we can do that. It's going to be.
There's some Naga poison in there.
Yeah, 50 gold pieces per vial of poison.
Yeah, there's a price I paid last time.
Yep.
In the notes.
Yep.
I can pay that amount again or whatever.
Do you remember what it was? Because usually it's like 50 per dose. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So let me know what it is. We'll work it out. And then, like I said, though, what I want to do is I want to clear out the bag of holding of everything we don't want. Everything we do want, we're going to note who's it going to. And I will add it before next week. I will make sure every character sheet is updated with every item that they're supposed to have. So the bag of holding should really have almost nothing in it except gold. Right? And maybe a couple like, okay, the staff of curing, we got one, but we're going to be one in the bag of holding as a backup or something like that, right? Things like that. We'll work that out. But
what about the stuff from
all of it, yeah.
Everything that we have gotten is from whenever. It's in either the bag of holding. Everything from White Plume Mountain was put into the bag of holding. A couple things were divvied out, but I just want to get rid of it all so we don't have it hanging over our heads going forward. I would rather just say, if we're not gonna, I don't want to carry around, because in theory, to be honest with you, none of that stuff should be in a bag of holding because a bag of holding can only hold like so many square foot of stuff, right? And we don't.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we should upgrade to a portable hole.
Yeah.
Well, they're all bigger. Well, if you use the 2E bags of holding,
yeah,
there's bigger ones.
Yeah, there's different levels of them. Yeah,
hole would be great.
Yep.
Well, I got all of Ronnie's gold and stuff in this because he doesn't use gold in the game. So I'm like, what do I gotta do?
Yeah, you were right. Now I paid 50 gold pieces.
Yep.
So I'll
Yep.
pay that again.
Okay. Yep. So just make a note of it and how much it costs and stuff. And like I said, we can figure that out after the fact. But please keep an eye on the Loot channel on the Discord. Make sure that we let Reese and Zadkill know what they've got in their sheets, and then whatever the book sale value is, that's what it's going to be sold for. Right? I'm not going to try to haggle up or down or whatever. Whatever the book price says for sale, that's what we're going to sell it for. And then in the end, we're going to figure out how much gold we have, split it up amongst everybody, and then figure out how much experience everybody gets from that. So y'all should probably be about 20th level by the time that's all done.
Probably.
Yeah. So, except Baron. Baron might be 9th level, I think, because wizards have a lot of experience they need to get up. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and do that. Again, for those that showed up to the stream tonight that we really didn't get anything done, do apologize, but this is absolutely necessary. We've got to get this took care of to make sure everybody, because I'm not going to lie, the adventure, to Varys's point, can be a pretty deadly adventure if things go sideways. But that's why I want to make sure that everybody is prepped, everybody has what they want and what they need. And then if you decide to go on it, you still don't have to go. We'll just have to take away all the items that I gave you, which would be fine because we've sold off everything, and then we'll have the gold to buy new stuff. All right. So,
Right.
Anyway,
If young men could ride across North America on a horse to deliver mail against all kinds of odds, we can enter the land of Ayus to free some puke from prison.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. And I'll do my best to make sure that Ayus doesn't know you guys are there. And just so you know, this is part of the game mechanic. There's a game mechanic called notoriety. And depending upon how things go and what you do and how situations can be handled, notoriety can go up. And the higher the notoriety, the tougher the individuals that are sent to investigate who's making all this ruckus are. So if you get a notoriety of, say, 50, then one of Ayus's chief lieutenants, who could be like a Balrog or something, comes to investigate what the hell's going on, right? So again, that's why, to the point of keeping yourselves under wraps, keeping hidden like the paladin's aura, making sure that doesn't get out, because like Ferris said, it's like a moth to flames, man, like a beacon of shining light walking down the middle of the city, just holding his sword up.
Wouldn't our gods or even celestials also counter that?
No.
These are their heroes?
Nope. That is the aura of the paladin being given off. And St. Cuthbert's like, hey, man, if you want to go take as many of them out as you can before giving your life in service of me, great. But it's kind of like one of those things like, I'm going to give you all these powers, but if you're going to be stupid, you deserve to die. If you're going to be stupid
sure.
and walk down the middle of Doraka as a
paladin, Ayus! Screw you, man. You can't touch me.
Yep. What are you going to do? So, yeah.
What's he going to do?
Yep, exactly. So anyway, I do appreciate you guys hanging with it. We're going to bounce over to Lord Gazumba. I think they're still streaming. They started at like 7. They might still be going. Should still be going. Haven't had a chance to raid into him, but we're going to do that. So I'm even going to waste anybody else's time. Like I said, I'm going to finish tonight giving everybody their potions and stuff like that. I'll drop a thing of poison on your sheet, Varys, and then you can just go adjust how many you've got. I think that'd be the easiest way to do it. So,
yeah,
anyway,
what I did was I bought enough so I can divide it evenly between the two daggers.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Like I said, there is some poison in the bag of holding. It's Naga poison.
Yeah.
It's not very cool. It's 1 to 2 damage, and 2d4 sleep.
Yeah,
time.
I bought the Saber Guide poison. Which I had some left over from the prior mission. And then I just basically re-upped my supply.
Anyway,
Okey-doke.
we're gonna bounce over there, and as I said, I appreciate you guys that came by and were here for really nothing. Paul, I really appreciate the nat 20 and the cheer to help us along. That nat 20 is going to carry over, by the way, Varus. It's not going away. You still got a nat 20. So next week, we will definitely pick it up and hopefully either kick off the adventure going after in the land of Ayus, or some other adventure at the party says, you know what, don't really have a warm fuzzy. But until then, I appreciate it. And just remember, in a world that you can be anything you want, all we ask is that you be kind. See you next time.
Peace out.
Yep. Peace.